This video is powered by LearnToPlay.live, the only hardware synth performance course. Register now and enjoy 40% off.
Hey gang, let's do a synth performance challenge. Let's see if we can make a full track from scratch, live. That's today's video. You ready for it? Let's go do that right now. Hey, what's up? I'm in the little kitchen and thank you for checking out yet another video. Now, if this is your first time here, don't hesitate to click subscribe and hit that notification bell. Whenever I upload a new video, you'll be kept in the loop and you'll not miss out on anything. Stick around till the end of this video because news! Finally, we are live. Learn to Play Live. It's the one and only DAWless curriculum course in the world. 32 weeks of us telling you how to perform your gear live, whether you're a novice just starting out or a seasoned vet. Pro Varsity's on board, DJ Pierre's on board, Fun Devoid's on board, Grid Retro Kids is on board. We're going to teach you everything from the business side of things with contracts to getting gigs to connecting your gear to what to choose. Everything's embedded in 32 weeks and I will tell you all about it towards the end of this video. Here's where I'm coming from. I see a lot of people thinking, okay, let's do something live while they're performing. Let's just like create a track. But if you get stalled or you don't have inspiration or something acts up and doesn't work well without too much prep, it can look very boring to the crowd. So you would like to do something live. And the question should be, how much live is actually live? Now, I've got a few things prepared, but I will start with a kick drum that I already have because, you know, it's electronic music, so we're going to start with a kick drum. And then see if we can take it to another level. So what have I got? I've got a kick sitting right here. Let's start with the 909. 909 is all muted, so the only thing that I've got is, let me get out of here, is a kick sitting on track 1. Big one, sounds like this. Well, like that. There's a tone involved, so you can hear that something's happening. Why am I crooked? Not sure. Not sure that I've got my levels. All right, so that's the kick. Let's go over to the 909 and I will do instrument select. At the moment, I'm going into instrument select and I'll select a closed hat. There's nothing here. I'm going to stick my hat on where I think it needs to go, right? So on the offbeat, just a close hat. That sounds like this. Nice, cool. I will do the same thing because I think, okay, starting a track, I will do a kick on the 1, which means, or a clap on the 1, I'm sorry. So I'm gonna go instrument select, clap. Next one, this is going to be 1, 5, 9, and 13, right? Take out a little bit of the low end, did it beforehand with a clap. In. Okay, now we got something going. Instantly, I'm thinking, got a kick, got a hat, got a clap, what else? I think I'm going to need a right cymbal that's going to just do exactly what both the hat and the clap are doing. So you get a ding, 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 ding. So we'll go for the right, bam, 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 bam. 1, 2, 3, and it does. Everything is pretty forward, right? It's going straight. Dum, 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 dum. I will do tan 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 tan. Instantly, now there's a groove going. Mind you though, I've got the groove sitting on 3 even, right? So it means it's the 909 is shuffling a bit. Now it's straight and now it goes. Now it's even shuffling more. Let's try this for once. Let's try it for once, yeah. Okay, kick out. Got a sound right here. That is in the MIDI page. I will go to, let's get out of the chromatic mode. I'll go to Vietnamese mode. So track 13 is going to be this sound. and the sound on the Minitaur is going to be a little bit industrial. I'm going to go for an industrial sound, go back to quick mute mode, no, chromatic mode. See what we got here. Go to this track, go to track 13, where are you? Here, there's nothing here, track 10. Okay, I thought I copied it. Okay, quick fast, gonna go in, channel 10, I know it's channel 10, and this should set me up. Nice. Okay, clear. So now I know. Something. Do we like that? I think so. Record it in. Oh, nice. Okay, instantly I'm thinking I need call and response, right? That means I need to answer this specific sequence that I have with something else, preferably with another sound. I can do it with the Minitaur, meaning I need to answer something here. If I would do it with a Minitaur, I'll probably do something like this. Nice. Maybe that's not even that bad. Ooh. Let's add a little bit of delay. A little bit of length. I'm liking this. A little bit more reverb. And this sound is very much driven by the LFO, right? So the LFO is making it weird. Very fast LFO time. Makes it very industrial. There you go. A little bit less of the strident here because it's gluing all of the notes together and you want it to be a little bit more percussive kick out. Okay, so now we got an industrial kind of vibe going, right? So nothing too musical, more atonal. Let's lower the right and lower down the volume here. Cool. Taking out a little bit of the effect level here on the DD500, which is the delay that's on the Minitaur. Going to go for a different effect on the strum here. Got spring, which means a lot of low end is gone with this. I can dial in how much of the low end and high end I would like, but I'll just tend to just like not temper too much with tweaking the effects because this is a process that might take some time and I would like to get going fast to another sound, right? Cool, thanks. And play around with it, back with the kick in. You notice that in my kick drum there is a bass note embedded already, right? How does it sound? Like that. Let's see what we can do with this sound. I don't know. I don't care really either. I'm just gonna go in and find something to play. So. Which is funny. I see all the people in the old folks home walking behind each other, do that thing. But it's a nice little thing to remember how most crazy techno patterns on that afterbeat are positioned. Okay, are we playing? No, we're not playing because it's muted, I think. Let's get out of there and go back to, there you go. I didn't engage the track. Now, hi-hats in. Shorter notes. There's delay coming here. Bam, 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 bam. Even shorter notes. Right. You see how I'm doing these two things at the same time? So if I was building up the track, I'll go out, kick out. Nice. Do you see how this works now? As the call and response thing. Play around with the ride again. Giving you that airplane riser kind of vibe. That's what I'm using. I mean, it's not something original, but I don't hear a lot of people using it. Very powerful. Instead of entering the kick in, I can opt to go for the clap here. Bam, 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 bam. Very techno to start with something like that. Okay. You know, or in my case, I've connected the kick to the crossfader. It's a trick that I do most often, which means that if I'm opening up the crossfader on the Octatrack, the low end will disappear. So there is a filter on effect 1. Did I? Yes, I did. So if I go to my kick, which is track here, track 1 here, this is where the kick is. When I'm opening this up on the effects page, the base of the filter is 70. If I'm releasing it, it's 0. So this is full power, bam, 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 bam. But then opening this up, it means it's engaged. I've just automated this trig, or this scene as they call it. And that means that there's no low end on my kick. So now I can introduce a kick like so. So you got something as a really weird sort of like thing in the background. Listen carefully. Nice. Fiddle around with this. We can make it even shorter. There you go. Yep. You best not be listening to this stuff on your phone because you will not get what's happening, right? Okay. Kick in. Nice. So there's another thing that I can do. So don't forget, we got something else. So I'm lowering the right cymbal slightly, opening up the stereo for the Octatrack, because the Minitaur is going into the Octatrack, and now it's coming out of the outputs here. So taking out that track here. So now I'm doing a transition into a different part of the track. Okay, I'm going to alter the clap, because I think now that I can do a little bit more with the different pattern. Nice. Because this is sparse, you know, the Minitaur plays a sparse pattern. So, and what you would like is for then the drums to have a little bit of a boogie behind the dumpster. Get a little bit of a groove going. Time for the kick to go back in. Here we go. A little on the outside, I think, mode. 1, 2, 3, up. See how everything works? So everything works together, and this is how I think you can make tracks on the fly. Now it works because call and response is a big thing, like I always say. Things need to just like question and answer each other. You know, there's a call part, there's a response part. So you can hear this, but it creates an infinite loop if your sounds are not too long. What is going to bug me if I'm going to keep this stuff on? I've noticed that high frequencies tend to saturate the listener's attention span pretty fast. So this needs to go on and off. So you introduce like, see how the ride is taking up a lot of space in this mix, as is the Minitaur. But since it's a theme and we like it, the trick is to not take it out all the time, but to play around with the length. Did you see how this Microfreak came out of the dark all of a sudden? It's playing that. Let's see if we can mask that note to do something different. Okay, got something on my mind. Going up an octave. Now I've got a full T. Listen how it overlaps. One note overlaps with the Minitaur. And that's funny because this is a rule that doesn't make sense. Any musician is going to tell you it doesn't work because it's out of tune. This is woo, woo, doo, 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 and listen to this. But it's techno, right? We don't need it to just like be. It doesn't have to work. It's to just invoke adrenaline, you know, get that speaker hugging thing going, that 4 o'clock in the morning kind of vibe. Kick out. Now we're going to go back in with our right. Build it up, you know. If you're bringing adrenaline like that high frequency is doing, you should not be waiting around like, okay, what is happening? You know, it doesn't work if this is nice, because if the sounds are short, your track becomes a little bit more neat, brave, and that's, you don't want it to be too neat. So this is more adrenaline. Funny enough, how funny is that? This tuning knob is in the exact same key as the kick drum. You're listening to this. Now we can go 7 semitones up. Now, before I'm going to, you know, if you want to make a song from scratch or at least just get your ingredients to go and to really work, I see people stacking a lot of stuff. You just enter in more stuff, but they're not really taking care of the space that it needs to occupy, you know? So I'm bringing in the clap because the clap can sit there because, in my opinion, groove always surpasses noise and adrenaline. So, in layman's terms, I think that the ride is going to kick my ass a little bit faster than the clap does. So this I can listen to for a lot longer than this, for instance. And maybe it doesn't make sense here, but you'll know if you're on a dance floor and this frequency is a little bit too like this, which is what sometimes happens. Especially DJs love to just emphasize the fact that they've got the EQ on their mixing desk. It starts to just like wear you out. So, you know, certain things need to be prioritized. This is something that we teach at Learn to Play Live as well, right? At learntoplay.live, this is a very strong part. So certain things have got an ABC structure in terms of priority. This is an A category sound, like the cogwheels that need to really propel your groove forward. That would work. This is adding sparkles to the groove. So obviously in terms of mixing the priority, this would be A, or louder, this would be B, softer. I have panned it around so that it will make a little bit of a stereo spectrum. Mind you though, keep in mind that if you pan stuff completely left and right, most systems in a club are mono. If you're lucky, only the low-end frequency portion of the club is mono. If you've got lazy people that don't want to deal with a lot of frequency shift and stuff, they'll just completely make the whole sound mono. That's cool. So you're mixing, you're working your ass off to get your sound really going, and 50% of your mix is audible. So keep in mind that if you stray from the beaten path and you go out of center, more than, what is it, I'd say 45% even, you know, yeah, you're going to lose just amplitude, just get softer, you know. So that's not what you want. So set the ride in a way where it gives a little bit of attitude. So in my mind, what is priority? Clap for the groove. Head for the counter. This is really speeding up the beat. Don't you feel? I think when I mean, of course it's not speeding up the beat, but it feels like your groove is going faster. But it's also got to do with the way the head sounds, right? On a 909, see, let's get into a bit of a sound design frequency thing. If there's not a lot of low end on the kick drum, occupying a lot of space in the bottom end, it means that your kick will be finished a lot sooner because low frequencies travel a lot longer. So that's why you hear woo, woo, woo if you're standing outside of a club trying to get in, and it takes ages for you to just get your jacket and stuff going. You hear this woo, 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 woo warehouse sound. It's because low end is very, very huge. Those frequencies are a lot longer. So if I have a kick drum with not that much low end, I'll probably shorten my head a little bit more. Now, if I want to emphasize that I've got a nice kick drum that I've worked my ass off the whole week to make it sound well, I will bluff my way into not playing the kick first, but playing the head first. I'm going to open this up, and people are going to scream because they feel like, whoa, adrenaline, noise. And especially the closed head on a TR909, that decay is absolutely awesome. Does really crazy stuff. So now that I've got this opened up, it's not going to get drowned out by the time I'm going to add low end to my kick drum. So now that I've got that sitting, listen to this, 2, 3, and let's do it again, but let's focus on doing it the other way around. So everybody, I got a kick drum, you need to hear my kick drum. Listen, man, it's got the best kick drum ever. Listen to this, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where the hell's your head, you know? So in terms of level, just get your levels to just like go, you know, bam. If this goes up, this goes up. If this goes down, this goes down. If this goes wide, this goes wide. You know, you have to really think three-dimensionally on where does sound go to, how does it travel, and how do I want it to travel within my track, because these are very, very sparse tracks, not a lot of information, so you need to make every track work. Multitask with your tracks. Shorter notes, longer notes. Let's think on that. Minitaur, same thing. See, this works if there's no low end, which is a nice drop. Very nice, works. Lengthen the notes, make it brighter. Create an impact, open the hat, there you go. So now you lifted up the whole thing, going from 10 o'clock at night to 4 in the morning. which if you're a party person, you know exactly what the difference are between those two times. Okay, now, having said that, turn down this a little bit, because once we introduced it, our brain does a very nifty task at pinpointing where it comes from and remembering it. So this effect will not last forever. So you have to constantly think, okay, what's my next move? And what I'll do is I'll turn it down a little bit and then enter my clap into the room, for instance. So it's here, right? 1 o'clock. I'll go to 11 o'clock with the clap. Didn't even notice that I've shortened the hat because you're focused on the clap, which means I've now given myself again another move here. I can now still open my clap and I have to jab and jab and jab. What happened there? Nothing. I just hit it in plain sight. So now again, right open, shorter notes on the mode. See how these levels just go? And if you keep it up like that, your pattern keeps interesting, but it's the nuances, it's the short vibe of things. Okay, different sound. This being a digital synthesizer, you have to be careful with what's happening. You can hear the analog gritty LFO with the analog TR-909. This works, right? And then obviously with the Octatrack sampler, this also works. So if I'm going to add a sound like this in, you give away that, you know, the sound is a little bit, I don't know, I don't say that it's not great, but it serves a different purpose. If I was doing melodic techno or something that could hold a melody, this is an absolutely amazing sound. So if I'm going to mute this track here, not this genre, but you can imagine how if you're thinking like, okay, I want to make a breakdown of the going around with these atonal sounds. You hear I've got like pitch going. I'm cycle enveloping the pitch so that it goes up 7 semitones again. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, what else can I tell you? I think I told you pretty much how this works. Okay, nothing existed before. I had samples beforehand. I think you need to prepare certain things ahead of time. You know, because you don't have to, but what I've found is that for some reason, I think that if I'm working with nothing prepared, every outcome is different. Now, if that is your sort of like goal, if that's what you want, no problem. I don't really want it to happen that way. What I want is something that people remember me by, you know what I'm saying? So I think that that's very important to at least get the sounds on the Octatrack, you know, because there's more sounds, I didn't even use them. Like, there's another clap here. You can see how I'm pretty much doing the same thing. So the clap here, I bet there's a right symbol here as well. So I'm just doing the same things, but different timbres give different vibes, right? See, this is a much dirtier ride that I can swap out for the ride that I've got coming from here. 1, 2, 3, brighter. I can even go brighter. Which would be menu diving on the Octatrack, right? Woo! Something that I did with a comb filter here, I think. See what I did? Yeah, comb filter, definitely. Woo! You put a comb filter on a sound, and you just give it a lot of feedback. Yeah, there's a bit of kick. Not to like here, right? Okay, amp it down a little bit because it was loud. And now that you got more musical information, obviously now it's important to play that sound over the top. See, now it becomes more melodic kind of vibe. But is this what you hear going to work with this? Just swap this out. See, the ransom is in the way again. Try it again. Bam, 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 bam. You catch where I'm coming from, right? I mean, this is how I set it up. Very important is to figure on your setup, because this does not work if you got a lot of boxes that you don't really know well. Even if there's one, if you know 5 boxes and one that you don't know, that's going to break you up. That's going to turn a 8-bar transition into a 16-bar transition. And any DJ out there knows sometimes when you've got like those non-vibey gigs where, you know, you're tired and you're scrolling, you can't really find the tracks to play. Everything gets prolonged, and the thing with playing live is the fact that you're in control of the length of the tracks. That's a little bit of a two-dimensional statement, because the length of the tracks, that's determined by the layers within the track and how you actually interpret those layers and what you do with it. So it's very important to note that start very simple. Start from one specific point and work your way up to, okay, what else can I do? This looked simple. It really isn't, but at the same time, it's not, because this setup, to me, it works, and I know what I'm doing. I know what to expect from all the sweet spots on my machine. Not because I'm some sort of virtuoso, but just because I just did it for a long time, figuring out what works and, most importantly, what did not work. So this is the one trick I will tell you: figure out your gear and do that by 1 box at a time, because you don't have to have this amount of gear. You can do it with 2 boxes. And this is the stuff, nice bridge, that we do over at learntoplay.live. Go and sign up to register today. It's a 32-week course, mind you. I'm teaching you how this works. You can be this, you can be me, you can do this. It's easy, and we'll probably get you from novice to pro. A lot of people are involved. I've got DJ Pierre involved. He's obviously going to teach you about fluctuating frequencies. So yeah, acid, that's what an acid box is. Fluctuating frequencies, low end, high end, within one pattern. How are you going to train your ears to figure out how that sits in the mix? I think it's a very important thing. And let's get it from the horse's mouth. I can tell you about it. He's going to tell you about it. Provors is going to help you out with modular stuff, sound design, patching stuff. Gerrit RetroKids is going to tell you about MIDI implementation stuff, like program changes and how to look at MIDI, not just wire stuff up. So I do think that there's a lot to gain. And if anything else, you can also join up at patreon.com or become a member on the channel. I've got the Dawless Bible sitting there, which means everything I'm talking about nicely written down, and you can just, like, you know, read it on your own terms, in your own time, in your own thing. That's patreon.com/analogkitchen. If anything else, I've got pets in the studio, frogs in my throat, unfortunately. Excuse me for that. Been still recovering from being ill, but exciting times. So yeah, so patreon.com/analogkitchen if you want to get closer. That propels you into Discord, which is really cool. Another thing, everybody that's gotten involved in analog courses, I will get in touch with you and see how I can get you into some sort of a either workshop, masterclass, or a few lessons on learntoplay.live, as I think that there's a lot to gain. I will also include a Dawless Bible for you cats, and sample packs and whatever, so to make sure that everybody's been waiting for a long time on like what's happening with that, we're there, you know, learntoplay.live. I will get in touch with you in the next week or so, and we're gonna sort something out. So yeah, that. Now, if not anything else, keep watching this space. I'm Analog Kitchen. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you next week. Peace. I'm out.